Hello, Estill County Middle School 7th graders. Welcome to day 9 of your NTI packet. If you guys look today, our learning target is I can solve real-world problems using rational numbers. This is a review from a couple of units ago, and we are going to be doing word problems today. And if you look, there are 2 examples of the word problems, numbers 1 and 2, and they are done for you on this paper here on your guided notes. And we will go through those, but the answers are on your guided notes. So let's go ahead and flip the page. Now you have a place to put your answers as well, and I went ahead and tore that out, and I have it right here so I can read and do cubes on the one page and then write my answers on another, and that's fine if you need to do that. Alright, so let's start. So it says Alicia had $11 in her checking account, and I think there's a negative here, but I'm not sure if that's supposed to be negative. We're just going to use 11. So Alicia had $11 in her checking account. She did a few chores and made $44.50. Okay, so if she has $11 in her checking and she did some chores, which means she earned some money, so she's made $44.50. She decided to pay for her and her friend to go to the movies. So that's 2 people. So 2 people are going to the movies. Okay. And the movies cost $6.25 each. Okay. It says how much does she have left in her account? Alright, so the first thing we need to do is find out how much she starts with. So if she has $11 originally, so I'm going to start and put $11 plus she made $44.50, so plus $44.50. That is going to be $55.50. Okay, so 11 plus 44.50 is 55.50. So she has 55.50 in her account. Now it says that she decided to pay, and pay is a word that tells you that she is going to be spending money for her and her friend to go to the movies. So if the movie is $6.25 a piece, you're going to say 2 people times $6.25. Make that a 2, $6.25. And that is going to give you, if you want to get your calculator, it's going to be $12.50, but so $6.25 times 2 gives you $12.50. So make sure, because you're talking about money, that you put your 0 in your hundredths place. So don't just write 12.5. Make sure you write 12.50. Okay. So that's what she spends. So if we know that that's how much she spends, we're going to say $55.50 minus $12.50. Okay. And that should tell us how much she has left in her account. So $55.50 minus $12.50 is equal to $43. So she has $43 left in her account. So you are at $43 right here, and you need to restate that Alicia has $43 in her account. So Alicia has $43 left in her account. Okay. Now, as with everything else that we've done, I'm not going to take the time to do the restate. You guys can do that yourself. So for the rest of these, I'm going to answer them, and you will be responsible for writing the restate. Okay. Number 2 is there are 30 students in Mrs. Woodward's class. 1/5 of the class has their own cell phones. Of this group of students, 1/2 of them are allowed on social media. How many of the students have a cell phone and can use social media? So let's start off with, we know there's a total of 30 students in the class. Okay, 1/5 of. Now, of is one of those words that tells us, it is a word that tells us what we need to do, and of means multiply. Okay, 1/5 of the students have a cell phone or own a cell phone. Okay, so let's start off with that first. So we go 1/5 of 30 is the same thing as 1/5 times 30. Okay, so how many of these kids have a cell phone? 30 times 1/5. So we can do 1 ABC 5, 1/5 times 30, and that gives us 6. Okay, so 6 students have cell phones. Okay, now it says of this group of students, so that means out of the 6 students, half of them, there's our word again, of, are allowed to use social media. So half of 6, okay? So then the question is, how many students have a cell phone and can use social media? So we need to know how much half of 6 is. So we do 1/2, and of is times 1/2 of 6, and half of 6 is going to be 3, but I will show you guys. Here you say 1 ABC 2, so that's 1/2 times 6 equals 3. Okay, so your answer is 3, and you need to restate something along the lines of 3 students are able to have cell phones and use social media in Miss Woodward's class. Okay, all right, number 3. Number 3 says Joe bought a box of laundry detergent that contains 195 scoops. Okay, so the total amount is 195 scoops. Okay, each load of laundry uses 2.5 scoops. So you use 2.5 scoops, right? How many loads of laundry can Joe do with 1 box? So here's a question. So how many loads of laundry can Joe do with 1 box? And then it says the box of detergent costs $19.99. How much is he paying for each load of laundry that he washes? So it's a whole other question. So we're just going to answer the first question first, and then we'll go back and answer the second part. So let's start with, if we have a total of 195 scoops, and every time he uses it, he uses 2.5. So if I have a total amount and I'm dividing it equally amongst 2.5 scoops, that's going to be division. Okay, so I'm going to say 195 divided by 2.5, and I can just write it just like that. Okay, so if I take 195 divided by 2.5, 195, and now you need to do the divide sign, not the ABC, divide sign. And then you can say 2 ABC 1 ABC 2 1.5 is equal to 78. So we have 78 loads of laundry. So it says how many loads of laundry does Joe do with 1 box? 78 loads. I spelled laundry right, Laundry. Okay, yeah, it's kind of hard to read. All right, so 78 loads of laundry. Now, we are not finished with this because we have 2 questions with this one. So let's go back. It says the box of detergent costs $19.99. So that's how much he pays for his detergent. How much is he paying for each load of laundry that he washes? Well, we know that he's got 78 loads in the box, and that is basically a unit rate question. So we can say money always goes on top, and if you guys can't remember that, there is a paper in this packet that gives you some information on how to set those up. But we can do $19.99 divided by 78 loads. Okay, so this will tell us how much for 1 load. Okay, so all we have to do is divide, because we know that 1 load's on the bottom here. So we can say $19.99 divided by 78, and that equals, looks like it's 0.25628. So it's money, right? So we're going to round to the nearest hundredth place, and that is 0.256, so that 6 rounds that 5 up, so that is 26 cents. So we say that it's 0.26, so 26 cents for 1 load. Okay, so we actually have 2 questions here. How much does he pay for laundry that he washes for each load? So we can say that he pays 26 cents. And you can restate on the last one that Joe pays 26 cents for each load of laundry. Okay? All right. Question number 4 is, Edward started his hike at an elevation of 115 feet below sea level. Now, we know that below sea level means that it's a negative 115 feet. So I'm going to box in 115 feet below sea level, and out here it's right negative 115, so I don't forget that because I know that is where we're starting. Throughout the hike, he ascended, and ascended means to go up, so ascended 3,200 feet. Okay, so ascended 3,200 feet. So plus 3,200 basically. Okay. All right. And then descended, so that's going down. So 676 feet. So minus 676. All right. How much did his elevation change? So basically, if we start at negative 115, we go up 3,200 feet and go back down 676 feet, all we have to do is make that a number sentence, and that will give us our answer. So on this paper, I'm going to write negative 115 plus 3,200 minus 676. Okay? Now, all I do is add and subtract that together on the calculator. So I have my negative button, 115 plus 3,200 minus 676, right? And that equals 2,409, and that's above sea level because I got a positive number. So I'm going to say 2,409, and so that would be my answer here, but I'm going to put above sea level, and you will need to write something, a restate about being 2,409 feet above sea level. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5 says, Mr. and Mrs. Jones wanted to plan a fun day for their 2 children. An adult ticket to the local amusement park is $20. The child's ticket is 40% less than the adult's ticket. What is the total amount for a family of 4 to enter the park? Okay, so let's think about this. We have 2 adults and 2 kids, right? So the adult price, so Mr. and Mrs. Jones wanted to take an adult ticket to the local amusement park is $20. Okay, so $20, and I'm going to put times 2 out here beside that because I know there's 2 adults that are going. Okay, the child's ticket is 40% less. Okay, 40% less than the adult ticket. What is the total amount for the family of 4 to enter the park? So we know that for the 2 adults to go, it's going to be $40 because we have $20 per ticket times 2 is equal to $40, right? So $40 to these guys. But we also want to know what it is if it's 40% off of $20, okay? So I'm going to say $20 times 40%, okay? Now this is 40% off, so we need to know what our discount is, okay? That's what we're getting. So we say 20 times 40% is $8, okay? Now that means this is the discount. That is not what they pay. That's how much is taken off the $20. So we are going to say 20 minus 8, which gives us $12. So the kids' tickets are $12. Okay, $12 each. Now we have 2 kids, right? So if we wanted to make a number sentence out of this, we could say 20 plus 20, that's the 2 adults, plus 12 plus 12 And that should give us how much it is for the family of 4. So let's do that. We have 20 plus 20 plus 12 plus 12, right? So if we put that in the calculator, it shows $64. So $64, and you would restate that it's $64 for a family of 4 to enter the park. Okay. Okay, number 6. Josh rents a kayak at a nearby state park. He pays a flat rate of $12.99 plus $3.75 for each hour that he spends in the water. How much did Josh spend if he was on the water or on the river for 4.5 hours? Okay, so we know that flat rate, right, that's a key word that means that we just pay that $12.99 one time, right, just one time. All right, then plus, so this is we're going to add the $3.75 for each hour, and then he was on it for 4.5 hours. Okay, so how much did he spend if he was on the river for 4.5 hours? That's our question. So I look at this and I go flat rate of $12.99, okay, and then 4.5 hours or 4.5 times the $3.75 per hour. So let's start off with saying, let's try to get the $3.75 an hour times the 4.5 hours that he was on the river first to find out how much he paid per hour, or for the 4.5 hours, sorry. So $3.75 times 4.5, 3.75 times 4.5 is $16, and it looks like we need a round, so $16.88. So $16.88. Now, that's how much they paid for the time on the river, but they also had this flat rate of $12.99 here, so we're going to add $16.88 plus $12.99, okay? So I've got $16.88 plus $12.99, and that gives me $29.87. So I'm going to write $29.87 right there. So you will restate that, what's his name, that Josh had to pay $29.87 in all for his kayaking trip. Okay, so that is the answers for assignment 9, day 9 on your learning target. Like I said, this is a review. Hopefully that you guys can recall most of this, and you don't have a lot of questions, but if you do, just let me or Mr. Norton know, and we'll be there to help you. You guys have a fantastic day, and hope to see you soon.